and welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well on our preview show of the upcoming match day 9. Yes, match day 9, nearly a quarter of the way through, guys. It's going to be a seem-along season, though, this, isn't it? We're going to have a look at City versus the Saints, City versus Southampton, 8th of October, 3 p.m. kickoff. Yes, that means it won't be on telly for you guys who can't get there. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to get there. So this is my little preview show of that game. Please, before I do continue, press that subscribe button if you're not already done so. Press the notification button as well, so these little vlogs are coming out. Do City past, present, and forever, of course. Lots of previews and reviews and stats, etc. You know, lots of information vlogs. Everything's City, so if you can come on board if you're new, hope you enjoy it. And spread the word, guys. Much appreciated. And please, as you know, all comments very, very welcome. A lot of you guys, regular contributors, comment all the time. Always new ones welcome. And please, a bit full of a cold at the moment, so I feel a bit sorry for myself. So if you can give us a thumbs up, make an old miserable City fan very, very happy, especially when I've got to get up at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning for work. So I'm even more miserable. So yeah, do that. That'll at least cheer me up. Cheers, guys. And before we continue, yeah, King of the Kippax issue 290 is now available. If you subscribe to that, you should have it in your letterbox. If you're not, why not? Please, it's just a must for all City fans. Of course, Dave and Sue Wallace put this together, brilliant, and the team, of course, all the writers that work on King of the Kippax. The information's on the screen now as you're looking. And I think they still managed, a couple of the guys actually still go to the Etihad and sell it as well. So keep your eyes open there. But just if you can subscribe, brilliant. I'd say it's for me, it's just I've been there since issue 1. I've had times when I've not been able to afford it, or I've not been going to games regular where I might have missed it. But it's a must for all City fans. So yes, issue 290, 35th season, 35 seasons, unbelievable. Right, let's get on with this preview show. As I said, it's not on TV, so dodgy streams are us probably for this one, guys. If you're not getting to the ground, or of course, if you live outside of the country, you might well have it on your channels over there. It's just the UK you can't get hold of it. The match odds themselves, yeah, please, I don't condone gambling when the fun stop. City are 1-8 on, Saints are 20-1. And a draw is 17-2. And if you think last year they did very well to get a draw against us last year, didn't they? So 20-1 for the Saints is probably okay, but 17-2 might be tempting if you're a Saints fan or a pessimistic City fan. Previously, yeah, let's go back to last year. It was one of our early games when we weren't really performing, and it was Saturday the 18th of September, the last time we played them at our place, 2021. Our lineup that day: Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Aki, Cancelo, Ferner, Gundo, Bernardo, Sterling, Jesus, and Grealish. Yeah, so there'll be one or two of those playing this one, but not all of them by any means, obviously, for obvious reasons. And it was a horrible, yeah, I use the word horrible because it was a horrible 0-0 draw. I've just read back my match report excerpt. It was pretty awful. We managed 16 shots. Just one on target, absolutely rubbish. And if you remember, Kyle Walker escaped a sending off with VAR. What looked like a possible pen for the Saints was scrubbed out as well. But yeah, many people, even me, even City fans, thought we were a little bit fortunate to get away with that one. But I think 0-0 was no more than we probably deserved on the day against a very defensive-minded Saints team. And of course, our season hadn't really got going, so hopefully it'll be a different story this season. Our overall record at home against Southampton, we played 44, won 21, drawn 13 and lost 10, and we scored 84 and let 54 in, so that's not too bad. In charge, we've got Mr. Andrew Madeley. I think that's the first time we've had him this season. His linos, Derek Eaton and Steve Meredith. Fourth official, Robert Jones. On VAR, we've got Mr. Lee Mason. I'm making the cheese toasties at Stockley Park for his boss. His assistant is Adam Nunn. Yeah, Adam Nunn. What a great name. And the Saints, let's have a look at the Saints. Quick look at the Saints. Not doing very well, 22-23. I do have a Saints fan at work, and we all have a bit of a chuckle about Hasenhüttl. When they had a brief purple patch a few weeks ago, I said, oh, that's it, now he's here for another few months. But it's all sort of falling down again as far as Hasenhüttl's concerned. And after 8 games, they've just amassed 7 points, which isn't great, is its relegation form, and 16th. Their only one win was at bottom placed. Only one away win was at bottom place Leicester City back on the 20th of August. That was obviously, looks as though they might have improved slightly. They've just got a massive 4-0 win over Forest, haven't they, Leicester? But Yeah, Leicester have been struggling, but that was their only win for Southampton. They've had trouble scoring goals. I mean, the purple patch, 2 wins in close concession was in close. What's the word? Anyway, close to each other in the league. They beat Leicester and Chelsea, but that seems a long time ago now. And many think Hasenhüttl is living on borrowed time now. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, he's been very, very well, but in this job, it doesn't take much, does it? To knock you out your stride. Excuse me, guys, it's just cold. So many think if they've told him that if he doesn't have a decent result against City, he's on his way. So I mean, of all the games you want to play, to be told this is your last chance saloon, playing Manchester City in the form we're in at the moment, it's not really what you want to be told, is it? But so anyway, the bookies have got him as second favourite to be the next sacked Premier League manager. I think missed it, or let's say not sacked, but the next manager to go. I think Cooper at Forest is a firm favourite to be the next one out, but Hasenhüttl is certainly second as far as the book is concerned. But he's done well. He seems to, we had a bit of a problem. We had a bit of a problem at their place last season, and I went down to that game, of course, where they drew with us at 1-1. We should have really won that game. We, once we got an equaliser, we should have gone on and beat them, but for various reasons we didn't. Obviously, comfortable winning the cup eventually, although it was quite tough going for at least a half. But yeah, they did enough to worry us and dent us last year and cause us problems. But I think the trouble with Southampton is they might remember that, but I think their confidence is pretty dented this season. They're not doing very well. There's obviously something not quite right there. And I think if we can take the lead and build on it, I think it should more or less be a formality, and it could get a little bit ugly in a good way for us, but not so much for Southampton. As ever, though, as it is with City, it all depends on how we perform. It all depends on what 11 Pep picks. That's what it all comes down to as far as most of the football matches, 99% of the games we play. It depends how we do. And this will be decided by Pep and the form, of course, of our City boys. And if you think of the Copenhagen game, Pep's got a few decisions to make. I mean, obviously, we know that Walker's out now with his operation. He won't be back until at least the World Cup, and he probably won't even make that. Phillips, of course, it's been intimated that he'll be okay for the World Cup, but we don't know how that's going. So Walker and Phillips are definitely out. There's still going to be a question mark over Stones, who wasn't on the bench against Copenhagen. But we have to assume Rodri, who was on the bench against Copenhagen, is now fit. So it's likely, as far as coming back, Rodri will be all right. And it's hard to say if that starting 11 against Copenhagen, who can it'd be unfair to drop any of them. They played very, very well. And it's an interesting dilemma for Pep, a good dilemma to have, if you like, of who to leave out and who to bring back. So this is my decision on there. I'll put my Pep head on now. And I think definitely to return from the bench. And they got the rest, of course. Foden and KDB must be safe for this one. They must be back in the starting 11 for Southampton. So there's 2 changes straight away. Diaz, surely, if he was on the bench, Diaz is going to step up for this one, and poor old Gundogan might miss out on this and be back in for the Copenhagen game next week, the second, the return game. So I think Diaz will be in, so I think he'll come back in. And the centre-halves is the other interesting quandary, isn't it? I mean, Diaz and Laporte were excellent against Copenhagen, against weak opposition, let's be honest about it. But, Akanji and Aki have more or less sort of played themselves into that centre-half partnership. So are they now our number 1 and 2 as far as centre halves? It can all change, of course it can. But I'm just thinking, we're thinking what Pep's thinking, aren't we? Are Akanji and Aki now going to come back into this as well? So I'm going to go with my City 11. I'm going to say yes, Akanji and Aki are going to come into this. So my City 11 for this game, allowing for the fact that Rodri is fully fit, able to play. If he's not, Gundogan will be in that spot. But I think Rodri, if he's on the bench the other night, he should be okay. So Ederson, Cancelo, Aki, Akanji, Gomez, Rodri, KDB, Bernardo, Grealish, and Haaland. And Foden, he's off the page. That's why I didn't say it's 10. It's only 11. If I had 12 down then, we'll win a few more games if we had 12 on the pitch, won't we? Ederson, Cancelo, Aki, Akanji, Gomez, Rodri, KDB, Bernardo, Grealish, Haaland, and Foden. So there you go. I think if I don't... Well, apart from the centre-halves, I think that's a pretty much settled thing. Knowing Pep, one of the centre-halves might play and one might not. So I could be down to 10 right, but if I don't get at least 10, I'll be very upset with this one. So let's see how it goes, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your style is. I think I've picked all the main guys. Obviously, some of the young lads are not going to get a game in this. They'll be there. The Palmers of this world will be there just to back up the Wilson Esbrands and Rico Lewis's. You know, obviously Copenhagen next week. They might get a little run out in those again. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Let me know your 11. It'd be great to hear from you. Please check out my odds show as well on this Southampton game. And after the match, of course, there will be immediately player ratings. That should be available on Saturday night. And then sometime Sunday morning will be my talking point show on this Southampton game. So please, hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know your comments. And I only ask one thing, don't I? Please, until we meet again, stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.